In this video on subtraction, you'll be taking away a lot of good information.
Learning can be
fun!
If you like learning in exciting and engaging ways, then Talking Study Guides is for you. I'm Mr. C, and let's get started. I hope that you're ready to take action because today's lesson is on subtraction.
Subtraction is one of the 4 major operations in math, and it occurs when you take something away from a collection of items. For example, if you have 6 apples and then take 2 away, you would have 4 left. That's subtraction.
When you're first learning your subtraction facts, a good strategy is to start by using your fingers. For example, if you're trying to figure out the problem 5 take away 2, you could use your fingers as a counting tool. You could take 5 to start with, and then take 2 away, and you're left with 3 as an answer.
We use subtraction in our everyday lives, even if we don't always think about it. Giving something away, spending money, or any time that you lose something are all examples of subtraction.
If you've ever used a coupon to save money, what you did is use subtraction. Now, I'm a pretty big coupon clipper myself. As a matter of fact, I found some pretty good ones in today's mail. Let's see what we have. $20 off of my groceries, $2 off of shampoo, $1 off Sweat Defense deodorant. That works!
Let's look at a number sentence that uses subtraction to show us an answer. We would typically read this problem as 7 minus 3 equals 4. The first number shown is called the minuend. This number represents the number that you are starting with. Then we have the subtraction sign. The next number is called the subtrahend, and that's the number that you are taking away from the minuend. Finally, the last number after the equal sign is called the difference. The difference is the answer to a subtraction problem. If you are trying to solve a basic subtraction problem, there are several ways that you could solve it. But let's go over a few. If we are solving 8 take away 2, we could start with 8 and then count backwards 2 times, arriving at our answer 6. If you wanted to solve this problem visually, you could also draw out 8 small pictures and cross out 2. And then you would count up what you have left, which is 6. A third way that you could solve the 8 minus 2 problem is that you could count up from the smaller number until you reach the bigger number. The answer is the number of times it took to reach the greater number. If you start at 2 and then count up to 8, you will find that it is 6 numbers away.
You now know that subtraction is a world-famous operation for taking things away. But did you also know that it's the opposite of addition?
You may also hear that addition and subtraction are called inverse operations to each other. This means that each operation undoes the other one. For example, 4 plus 6 equals 10. But if we take the 10 and then subtract 6, we can get back to the number that we started with, 4.
Now that we've covered the basics for what subtraction is, let's take it up a notch and do some 2-digit by 2-digit subtraction.
Let's take the problem 84 minus 61. Our first step is that we want to organize the numbers in neat rows and columns, making sure that both numbers are lined up. Generally, we do not want to solve problems that are sideways unless we can solve them using mental math. Now, we can start subtracting, starting all the way to the right. Our first step is to do 4 minus 1. That's 3. I will write that number down below the line. Our next step is to solve 8 minus 6. That's 2. I will write that to the left of my other number. Now, we put the digits together, and we have 23 for an answer.
In subtraction, the bigger number is usually on top. If the bigger number's on the bottom, that means you've got a little bit of a problem and you need to do something called regrouping. Regrouping is when you have a bigger number on the bottom and you need to go over to the next column up top to borrow.
If we want to solve the problem 62 minus 38, we will quickly see that we come across a roadblock. We cannot do 2 minus 8 because the bigger number is on the bottom and you can't take away more than you have. Luckily, our neighbor in the tens place is a 6 and we can borrow from it. The 6 represents the number 60 because it's a 6 in the tens place. To borrow from the 6, I'm going to cross out my 6 and make it a 5. And then add the 10 that I took to the top of the ones column. 10 plus 2 equals 12. This is my new number that I need to write in the ones place. Now I can solve the problem and I have also shown my work. 12 minus 8 equals 4, and then 5 minus 3 is 2, giving us 24 as our answer.
For a little more help with regrouping and to learn a cool new rhyme, we're going to check in with my friend Subtraction Shelly. Take it away, Shelly!
Hi friends, I'm Subtraction Shelly, and I'm here to share a subtracting rhyme about regrouping. You ready? Here it goes. More on top, no need to stop. More on the floor, go next door and get 10 more. Are you ready to try with me? Let's do it. More on top, no need to stop. More on the floor, go next door and get 10 more. You've got it. Great job. Thanks for watching with me. Bye.
Let's put our rhyme into action and regroup the problem 51 minus 24. I can't do 1 minus 4, so I need to regroup. I need to go next door and borrow 10 more. I am going to borrow from the 5 and make it a 4, and then add 10 to the 1, making it 11. Now that we have the bigger numbers up on top, we can continue. 11 minus 4 is 7, and 4 minus 2 is 2, giving us a final answer of 27.
Now it's time to try 3 practice questions. If you have a writing tool and scrap paper or a whiteboard, it might be a good idea to grab it so that you can show your work. Let's go.
Question 1. Lily had 9 stuffed animals, but then she lost 2. How many does she have now? If you got 7, fantastic job! Question 2. Find the difference between the numbers 36 and 21. If you got 15, fantastic job! We didn't have to regroup, but this is one that you would probably want to write down. Question 3. Mr. C's son has 85 pieces of Halloween candy. Mr. C claims to be a candy taste tester and he eats 23 pieces of his son's candy. How many pieces of candy does Mr. C's son have left? If you said 62, awesome job! You're correct.
Hey, somebody's digging my candy. Daddy, where are you? Come here! You've been eating my candy!
I want to thank you all for tuning in today, and I hope you learned something about subtraction. As you can tell, I'm not just a mathematician, I'm also a candy inspector. Woo! These ones are my favorite! Haha!
Daddy!
Uh-oh. Gotta go! Thanks for watching!